Hey, what's going on? It's JJ, KFDI Morning Show, JJ and Tiny. You'll find us on Facebook at JJ and Tiny. Be sure to spell out the word and. And I'm here with a friend of mine from Wichita Animal Action League. We have Sarah Kaufman, who brought along one of the great dogs, an example of the great pets you can make by adopting through Wichita Animal Action League. This is Rue. Sarah,
yes.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us. Rue is what we call a WAAL alum. She actually graduated from WAAL, was a foster, and I failed.
Oh, okay.
Because
and by fail, you mean?
I failed to let her go.
Right, exactly.
So I decided, my husband and I decided to keep her because we needed another dog, like we needed another hole in the head. But she was actually running the streets feral for over 1.5 years, and now you can see she is beautiful,
a great little
girl,
and a great little dog, a great size.
Yes.
Let's talk more about, before we get to one of the reasons you're here, and that's a big event you have coming up, let's talk more about the Wichita Animal Action League. Pretend I know absolutely nothing about what it is you do. What does the Wichita Animal Action League do? So
our mission is rescuing animals in crisis, and that takes on many forms. We obviously take animals that are at risk of euthanasia in local shelters. We've taken animals as far away as San Antonio, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri, just all over the place. But one of the things that we do differently than some of the other rescues in town is what we call welfare checks, where if you're concerned that your neighbor maybe isn't taking the best care of his dog, or there's a stray dog running around your neighborhood that you haven't been able to touch, you can give us a call and we'll come out and we'll help address those situations. And we offer free dog houses, we can fix fences to get dogs off chains, we offer free spay-neuter services to help keep the animal population down. So kind of trying to help fill the gap because animal control is so underfunded, so we kind of act as a volunteer force for them. That's one aspect I actually didn't know that you did, as far as going to homes where there might be suspicion of owners not taking the best care of their animals. Sure. At what point do you ask them if they'd be willing to surrender the animal? We do in a lot of cases, or sometimes we find that it's just a lack of education. Okay. There's this common knowledge that, or this common theory that because it's a dog, they can take care of themselves. Yeah. But they actually need dog houses, access to food, water. We educate people on city codes, and if we don't feel like they're receptive to that education, then we get animal control involved and we help prosecute if necessary. There's been several times that I've been upside down in storm drains rescuing baby ducklings. We've gone up in trees to get cats out of the trees. Wow. So fill a lot of those gaps. Okay, that's really good, because I have a friend out on the East Coast who does something very similar with her organization that she started, and I think that's really great. Just even the education portion, where owners may not know everything that's involved in raising any sort of animal. Sure, and there's kind of a gap. We had a lady who had a duck living in a pond behind her house, and it had plastic wrapped around its bill. Okay. She called 5 or 6 different agencies, and all of them said, that's not something we do, let nature take its course. And that's not really nature to us, that's human negligence, right? Yes. So everybody told her, just watch this duck die, it'll be fine, but we came out. You went upside down in the storm drain. We snatched this duck up out of the lake, cut the plastic off of its bill, and set it free. Okay, very good, good for you. How's the, I guess, the brick and mortar portion of what you do over at Town West? Yes, we opened our Town West Center adoption, or our Town West Square Adoption Center back in July. Yep. This last weekend we had a record-setting 15 adoptions. Wow, that's really great. So it's really helped speed up our adoptions, which faster adoptions means more foster placements. And so far this year, we've already taken in 100 animals more this year than what we did last year at the same time. Okay. So we're already making progress, and then blow last year's save number out of the water. Good. Okay. So that, of course, as busy as you are, takes a lot of funding to do what it is you do. Yes. Thus, the 3rd annual Wags and Whiskers event fundraiser coming up Saturday the 16th. And I appreciate you asking me to be the MC. I'm looking on here and it says, Lively Entertainment by J.J. Hayes. Is there something I don't know? Am I supposed to do like magic acts or something like that? Well, there's free wine and beer, so we figured you'd be pretty lively. You know me well. You know me well. This is gonna be a fun time. This is the 3rd time you've done this, and it's at Bode. Yes, we're at a Bode venue this year. We've got Walnut River Brewing Company beer coming in. And then we've also got the Doghouse Cigar and Whiskey Bar, sponsored by Chisholm Creek Pet Resort out on the patio. Okay. So my hope is that all the men are in the doghouse smoking and drinking. Where they belong. While the women are inside bidding on silent auction items unsupervised. And I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and men who want to stick around for the auction, my auctioneering skills are
are deadly. So if you ask me to jump in there, if you don't have one lined up already, I will take every bit of money out of your pocket, which is the idea anyway. So come with lots of money in your pocket and bid on the live and silent auctions items and raise a bunch of money for WAGs and Whiskers. This event helping the Wichita Animal Action League. So what's the attire like for WAGs and Whiskers?
It's not, you know, black tie affair, but maybe throw on something.
So if you don't like, you want to get fancy, get fancy?
Yeah, maybe no yoga pants, but yeah.
Darn, I guess I'll have to change my outfit. I was gonna wear yoga pants. LuLaRoe is my wheelhouse, I'm telling you.
Yes.
So anyway, dress to impress. It'll be a fun time. It's for the animals, and it is going to be from 6 to 11, Saturday the 16th, a boat venue. I will be your MC, and I'm looking forward to being a part of this. Thank you so much for asking me.
Thanks for having us again.
Rue, thank you so much for coming in. You are so beautiful. All right, you can get a great animal just like Rue, but not Rue, because Rue belongs to Sarah. Go ahead and reach out to the Wichita Animal Action League over on Facebook. I'll have all the links on this blog, and it'll point you in the right direction to buy tickets. Ticket prices real quickly are?
$75, free wine, free beer, free food.
$75. I could drink my weight for $75. So coming out to WAGs and Whiskers. We'll see you there on the 16th. Thanks so much, Sarah. Thank you, Rue. And again, KFDI.com for all the information.